What's going on, good people? Just doing a little pre-gaming. Middays with Marcus Maven will be starting really soon. Just do a little pre-gaming. I missed y'all. We haven't went live on the day show in quite some time. Oh. What's good? Let me get to the comments on y'all. Sorry about that. I'm moving a little slow. Your boy maybe getting back in it. Oh no. Oh man. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. That thing back there. Hold on. Come on, y'all. It's back available. Let's get my camera back going. Let's open up my camera capture. Sorry about that, y'all. You know these cameras are a little gentle, a little delicate. There you go. Don't tell me my camera ain't available. Don't tell me my camera. Fabian said, if Zan starts tonight, I'm done. Question is, does Zan start tonight? Am I still celebrating? I'm still trying to recover. I'm still celebrating I'm still recovering from the celebrating. Shout out to Tyler Mountain Water and Coffee. It ain't no rush. It ain't no rush for the coaching search. Ain't no sense. Look, DePaul won't get people raises like Louisville will. The DePaul job being open will not get coaches extensions. Was watching the show from last night. Yeah, I've been kind of been busy, a little bit under the weather. I mean, also we're out here having grandbabies and stuff. Oh yeah, Baker Mayfield. Whoa, boy. That's what I'm talking about. They weren't gonna let Baker come up in Ford Field and get him one. Woo! Woo, y'all. Feels good to be in the studio. Feels good to be hitting it live. Antron, what's good? Damn, I cannot believe that Jalen got to go back to the Lions and now they're in the NFC Championship. DJ, what's good? Mm, mm. DJ, did I tell you? Did I tell you that Pops Maven got me for my Christmas gift? I don't know if I told you that or not. I don't know if I told you that or not. But if I didn't tell you, it's because I was ashamed. Yes, yes, yeah. Okay, I didn't tell you because I was ashamed. Listen, listen. Let me tell you how this works. I'm sitting there. I open the box, right? Thing is, my dad works out at like 12 o'clock at night, 1 in the morning. He got ever since he's been retired, he just got a terrible schedule. He naps just like me. He's up all night, I get it from him, I guess, right? So one time when I was sitting there, I opened it and I was like, you got one of these from when you work out? He's like, yeah, I got a little light. And I was like, oh yeah. So then I was like, do you got one of these? He was like, oh shit. And I showed him the different settings on the listen, you should have saw his face when the strobe set off. He was like, look, yeah, y'all know I got that high pitch. He was like, ah, ah, like that. I was like, yeah. I was like, yes. Right. I put that thing there, right there on the table. Pops got me for it. Oh, that was funny. Fabian, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that the second hour. When I do the pregame breakdown, I'm going to talk about exactly this comment right there. At Buffalo, you going there tonight, or you're going to Buffalo Wild Wings tonight? I don't know. I asked Steve if he want to get out. I don't know. I mean, we can call up a few. we can call up a few. Some good company. Oh, Sunday. Oh, for the game. Oh, I don't know. I might be too nervous to go out and watch it. I'll end up getting hammered. I need a designated driver or something. That coffee is good. I haven't had coffee in about 3 weeks. And I just decided, and I don't drink it too often, but I decided this was a coffee morning. Allie Jack, what's good? That is a good call. I didn't put too much sugar in it, so I don't feel guilty. Jocelyn, what's going on? Your boy maybe pulled a late one last night too. Allie Jack, we back. Listen, this is how it works. You get angry at your basketball team on Saturday. You get angry, you start to lose your voice on Saturday, and then you cheer for your Detroit Lions on Sunday, and then you get hammered when they do something they haven't done in 40 years, and then you see your son out there making some plays, and then you get sick on Monday, and then on Monday you just have you just get sick on Monday, and then you have grandbabies on Monday, and then you do a Monday night show with the Midnight Family, and then you get up and you take your last notes for your pregame show, and then you have a coffee, and then you go pregaming live a little bit before the show, and that's how you get back to 100%. And then on Saturday, look, and then you get pissed on Wednesday night. No, Tuesday night. Maybe you don't get pissed. Maybe they change it up. Listen, Jocelyn, you ain't saying a word. You remember how I was getting before the wedding? Listen, you talking about getting right for the doctor's appointment. I was going high intensity for the wedding. You just see my dad. My dad has a salad bowl this big, and he been eating nothing but salad. Trying to get all his numbers all right for the doctor. But he did so good that they're putting off, medication or any other stuff they talking to him about. They want to see how good he continues to improve. So I hope he doesn't go right back to eating bad. Worst case scenario, you become a blues singer. Yeah, this again, everything's just so good around the sports. I feel like it's just one sacrifice, a sports god sacrifice. Josh, I don't know if you heard, Pops Maven is so grimy. He took my Christmas gift that DJ sent. I mean, he took it like I need it and you don't type thing. And he already had a light, a night, for a night light for when he exercises. But the light that DJ sent was so awesome. My dad was like, I gotta have it. That's terrible. Adirondack Wildcats, no doubt. What's good, Max? Shout out to Adirondack. Can you believe they had an earthquake when we were up there? It's like, was that just an earthquake? No, I didn't know Nikki's the secret bring prom home guy on the low. I know. The only thing is just he laughs when he does it. Imagine if Debo just laughed a little harder. That's how my dad is. Debo with a laugh. DJ Reggie Reg, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Salute, salute, salute. Yeah, Fabian, like, I would imagine it's tough. I would imagine it's tough, Fabian. Ring of Fire. Hold on. Yeah, what you getting into? DJ Reggie Reg, what you getting into? Wait, I was gonna say, you're not still in Vegas, are you? Huh. I don't remember if I recognize the background. Ooh, Lauren's up in here. I'm telling. Lauren ain't supposed to be in here, y'all. Lauren gonna get fired, y'all. Lauren gonna get fired. I'm telling her boss right now. I'm calling Lauren. Look. I'm calling Lauren's boss right now. I'm snitching. I will snitch on Lauren. Look, I'm gonna pull out the snitch cam. I know that's right. Look, I'm gonna have to see what kind of I'm gonna see what kind of NFC divisional round playoff checks look like. Young fella, let old G Daddy hold a little something, Playboy. Go Lions, Andrew. Go Lions. Yeah, we gotta figure out how to make some money. Make this Vegas trip to Super Bowl. I worry about my liver and kidney if they go to the Super Bowl. Listen, I worry about the health of my insides if they make a Super Bowl run. Come on, young fella. I know them bonuses hit different. I know you got them contract. What do you call it? Qualifiers. Ooh, boy, y'all probably be getting racks for them wins. Lions, Ravens, Super Bowl. No, because then listen, if I said it last night on the show. If the Lions and the Ravens play in the Super Bowl, that would be a nightmare because they would literally have Jalen. Now, like those, that would probably be a game where he actually had to play a lot in third down packages. And I don't want to have to have my kid break Louisville fans' heart. I don't want to watch my kid break all of the Ravens and Lamar Jackson's fans' hearts. I don't want to see that. Because then the Louisville fans might run me out of town. If Jalen Reeves-Maven gotta listen, because then Jalen shuts down Lamar, and then the whole narrative is, I told you Lamar can't win the big one. And then they'll say Lamar Jackson got exposed by Jalen Reeves-Maven. It's like, all you got to do is have a Jalen Reeves-Maven to put him on Lamar. And then we get to the offseason, and then Jalen gonna get a nice fat contract, and then I'm going to move, and everybody going to hate me because when Jalen shuts down Lamar in the Super Bowl, they're going to be like, $25 million 3 years. Sold. Paul, you cut me some slack on that one? Oh, that is true. That is true. I don't know, Jocelyn. I might have learned my lesson. Maybe was that Rolex thing? Was that before my birthday? If that Rolex situation was before my birthday, Jocelyn, I think this last birthday, I think I've just matured enough like last year, I didn't feel like I deserved it. Now I feel like I'm owed everything. There's only one number in my age that made the difference from no, you keep it to now I'm gonna be like, yeah, give it here. I'm gonna become my dad. If the Lions make it, I'll be scared of jinxing them then. That's a good point. We're rolling, Steve, so
let's go.
Don't be mooning the camera.
Yeah.
I could probably provide invoice. If I send Jalen an invoice right now, would he pay it?
Better. catch him after they win, because I mean they're gonna win going away Sunday. So catch him when they win. Look, we're gonna talk about this today.
Hold on. It's not on you just yet. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek. I am severely rooting against Detroit this Sunday, and I'm gonna tell you why on the show.
That is what we call a radio tease.
You will not find a bigger San Fran fan than Steve Rummage this weekend, and I have my reasons. So before you judge, wait a minute.
Okay, good people. Give us a couple minutes. We'll be right back. For at least 4 to 5 minutes, if I'm ready or not. Listen, and I'm gonna have to like read your lips because I don't have earphones, so you gotta either speak up or enunciate.
Enunciate. Look at Tanner. He's just a picture of enunciation.
This coffee was right on time today. Yeah, just those days when you make the right choice. Yeah, you just like, this was a good decision today.
Yeah. Hey man, that's 7 Brews out there next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's 7 Brews. It's the best coffee out there.
Really?
It's the best. Now I get the ones you wouldn't like.
Mm.
So I mean, I don't know how their just normal coffee is and stuff.
I'm just worried about the sugar levels in them.
It's probably. I will say this though, it doesn't taste. To me, Dunkin' is way too much. Dunkin' and McDonald's is way too much sugar. They taste great. They taste like milkshakes.
Yeah. Like sweets.
Sometimes Heine and them can be too coffee.
Mm-hmm.
7 Brews found the perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's just. But if we ever get a 7 Brews, you just tell me, because that is the best coffee. It's the best place ever. Okay, because dude, it is so good, dude. I mean, I go there. I look forward to going every Sunday morning. Okay, well if they do, man, look, I want that one. Yes. Dude, oh my God, it's so good, bro. Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, dude, it's the best. It's the best place around here. Yeah. have a couple get crazy. I mean, a couple of angry. Man, somebody's out there. They take your order. Somebody's making the coffee, then they'll get it. They'll bring it out to you. They write a little message on the top or whatever, And
it smells like.
Yeah, I mean, most of them are gay.
You just described that to me. The first thing I thought was that movie Wild Hogs.
Yeah.
Willie makes Macy's on the motorcycle with John Travolta. He's like, you're close.
Yeah.
You smell like you're a cowboy lawyer.
Yeah, cowboy lawyer.
Welcome back. It's middays with Marcus Maven. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station, and you better not be complaining because it was cold. Deal with it. Be careful and sharp. Steve Rummage in the building. DTV is not in the booth.
No, Tanner is.
Tanner, are you a full-time replacement?
He's about to be.
Do you have your own sound yet? You still don't got your.
See, you're all right. You're missing it.
Cost
You're
one of his regrets for the rest of
It's
his
gonna
life.
be
Steve.
he has no idea how close he could be to having this job and being the full and what comes with being the producer of this show. Because without bragging, if you're the producer of the show, you're gonna be out. You're gonna be out with your girlfriend, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, you Tanner?"
Listen,
Yeah,
Tanner,
yeah,
Tanner.
and he's blowing it.
Can you imagine being in Kroger and saying, "Thank you very much," and somebody 3 people back walks up to you and says, "I recognize your voice. Are you Tanner?" In front of your lady friend, and you say, "Why, yes, I am." Can you imagine? Like you would see. I'm sorry. You would see tears well up in the woman's face, and the way you'd grow in front of her, right? Her adulation for you would have what would we say, Steve? About a 50%.
Oh yeah,
Steve is already married. He already closed the deal a long time ago, and it like resets his entire marriage every time they go out, and somebody just recognizes his voice from across the room and says, "Are you Steve Rummage?" And then imagine the bonus points that he gets when he says, "Oh, and you must be Charity."
Oh yeah, and it happens, man. Like
All the time.
You have a legit shot. You could be the producer of this show,
but you're not leaving anybody with an audio representation of what Tanner is and what he brings to the show. You can't just do it with a couple of good rejoins.
You're blowing it, dude. You're blowing it, man. You have a serious opportunity here to take over this show, and you're blowing it. So get better.
Get better. Steve.
Yes.
Grandbaby number 2 is here.
What?
Grandbaby number 2 is here.
What? Wait a minute. Okay. Why would you lead with that? Go to the NFC title game. And then we get to the grandbaby.
Thank you, Alexis, for getting us over with.
All right, good job. I know. Okay. Now, congratulations, man. Congratulations. Everything's healthy.
Alea,
the baby's healthy.
8 pounds, 9 ounces. Yesterday, people. I brought look. I and the family tree.
Come out of her before the NFC title game. Everybody was like,
yeah. We did the baby rain dance to make sure, because like we can't have him distracted, right?
No,
we can't have James distracted. For
so
before he's guarding Kittle,
the real awkward question was, how long does Jalen stay? He's gone, right? I mean, was it like, okay, I got time carved out here. I'm going to see the baby because it's his second baby. So, like, there's no way Jalen's still up at the hospital, right?
It's the second. Listen, how awkward was that conversation all day yesterday? Oh, so you still there? Look, so the baby's feeding and everything.
Yeah.
So the baby's stable and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing there?
Bye.
Listen, is she giving him the guilt trip? So she's gonna leave?
No, there's no way. She's an athlete too. Surely.
I don't know, man. These women, man, they turn it into something different sometimes.
That's true.
You might be like, what happened to you? You used to
look, and he has real stuff. I was like, Jerry, it's like Alabama. Well,
that was a big deal. That was
had the baby at 1:00, and I was like,
I mean, you got family. Like,
you had the baby earlier today.
Don's there.
Yeah. It's like, come on.
Don's there.
If I had an NFC title game, yeah, no.
You know, if it had been somewhere else in another like city, maybe I would.
unfortunately, it was not. Yeah. But I will say, I thought you was going to. I was rooting for the Packers the other night. I thought. Listen, now I will say this.
You wanted Detroit to get revenge on the Packers, or did you wanted
Detroit to host.
You wanted the Packers to win, go beat Detroit, so I could stew in the same the same Cowboy misery.
All I'm saying is that the Packers made the Super Bowl and beat the Lions and the Niners. You know, you can't really make fun of the Cowboys at that point, right? Like, you know, I mean,
isn't it what has sports radio and narrative done to our spirit?
Well, I don't know what that's done to it, but I will say this. I will tell you, unfortunately, I hope Miss Reeves isn't listening, but I am rooting heavily for the 49ers.
You see, okay, here's the problem. Mm-hmm. I want you to,
oh, yeah.
Before we even get there,
okay,
I want you to see what just happened. Listen, we've done radio for a long time.
Mm-hmm. This
game is like one of the culmination sports sacrifices to the sports gods to get to this point. To see young Jalen Reeves-Maybin as a professional football player make the next to the last tackle against Mike Evans in an NFC division home hosting game.
Great play.
And he got a sack, Tanner. He got a sack on Baker Mayfield. Jalen told me before the game, I'm going to sack Baker Mayfield for all the Louisville fans that had to deal with Lamar versus Baker. Like, I'm going to, because I didn't go to Louisville, I'm going to give y'all one last, just one last eat it, Baker Mayfield, for the Louisville fans, because, he's of course he's a volunteer first, but he loves Louisville as well. And he did that. Mm-hmm. You're not even going to acknowledge any of that. You're not going to acknowledge the Tampa Bay Detroit game at all. And Jalen Reeves' unbelievable play.
No, I'm rooting.
He made the first tackle of the entire game, and Steve is ignoring everything.
You can change my mind right here, because let me tell you why.
And Johnson said, "Here we go with these women." Yes. Yes, Johnson. I have flaws. I have toxic flaws sometimes.
I need to talk to Johnson. That's a cruise. I think she should be cruising all the time. I'm like, we're about to do a cruise. I need
to learn some tips.
But let me tell you, if Jalen Reeves-Maybin and the Detroit Lions go into San Fran and upset San Francisco, they go to the Super Bowl. The
NFL Super Bowl
in Las Vegas.
Nevada.
Well, guess who's not going to be able to go to Las Vegas in the Super Bowl? Because I have a feeling tickets just aren't going to happen. But if they lose, he goes to another bowl.
Ooh.
The Pro Bowl.
Ooh.
And guess who is going to be in Orlando?
Ooh.
So I gain nothing from actually, I lose. What did it cost? Everything. If the Lions win this game, there's no Pro Bowl for Steve. There's no smoozing it in Orlando.
There's no option Steve. Of Pro Bowl for Marcus.
There's no nothing. Instead, he'll be in the Super Bowl.
I mean, you can fly with a baby after about 10 days, right?
Yes. Or just go yourself. Be an extra ticket.
Ooh. You think Alexis have to stay home?
No. He's in the NFL. Take a doctor with him.
she might have to stay at
home.
What do we do here? This might be a guy's trip.
Charity can go. Oh. Never mind.
This might just be the guy's trip.
Me, you,
Pro Bowl,
World Wide West. We're all just kicking it. We're just like
Teddy B,
because
he's gonna be down there.
Yeah, well,
who else we hang out with? Probably Matthew Stafford.
Oh, I mean, Pro Bowl, just be, just us, just down there,
Guys
just
hanging out.
taking gummies and smoking.
That's a good idea.
Cigars.
That's not a bad idea, Steve.
Yeah, I'm not hating this.
You want to hear something else?
I am rooting for the Lions really heavy this weekend. Although really
So-
hope they win.
Something really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's a good situation. And thank you, everybody who reached out to me. Like the messages, the inbox. Thank you. And look, again, sorry I wasn't here yesterday. I wanted to be, couldn't make it. Sorry, thank you for holding it down,
Hey,
Steve.
grandkid. We'll give you a pass.
Hey, give me a grandbaby pass. Somebody came up huge, Steve.
Okay.
And after I tell you this, it'll be a good time for you to send a shout out to, our partners. I get a message. LFG, blah, 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 go Lions, blah, blah. So here's the thing. Uncle Rudy. Tanner, do you know who Uncle Rudy is?
Uncle Rudy.
Uncle Rudy, you know Cam Maven. Okay. Uncle Rudy is Cam's dad. Okay. Now, Uncle Rudy, you just sent me I saw a young fella today, good job.
Yeah.
Uncle Rudy, I say, appreciate it, Uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Then Uncle Rudy says, man, it was a really good game. Like, yeah, it was a great game, Uncle Rudy. Like, okay,
That feels like there's something coming.
it's like there's something coming.
Yeah.
So then it was like yeah, man, and Pro Bowl and good college. Just I'm not used to Uncle Rudy's
setting something up.
Yeah. So there's like about a 4 or 5 minute pause, and I'm kind of like, something's odd here, but whatever, right? Steve, apparently, Uncle Rudy. You know how we do our money line mavens, and we talk about how $20 will get you blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Apparently, Uncle Rudy put down, let's just say, digits.
Yeah.
On the game. Hit everything. Uncle Rudy hit. So I'm reading. He's like, I had this, overs, I had this, blah, blah, blah. Parlayed it all. Uncle Rudy said, we're straight.
He's like, this is good. Yeah.
So, out of everybody,
Uncle Rudy
listen,
on the guy's trip to Orlando.
And now that would be out of realm possibility. I was like, here's the thing. When I read that, I'm like, I'm glad I haven't had any communication with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Jalen has had zero communication with Uncle Rudy. I mean, even though he couldn't affect that, but just
no, of course. But
but it was like, damn, Uncle Rudy.
Wow.
Don't be surprised if Uncle Rudy just pops up ready to go to the boat or something.
Hey, he's gonna get over to Ruby's and go do that. Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm telling you, man, I was really, it really made me happy to see, like, up at Buffalo Wild Wings, we're watching the Lions, to see how many people were happy every time they heard Jalen's name.
Oh.
It was really exciting. I mean, listen, how many people, they kept coming up to me and saying, oh, man, Marcus is so made to play. I'm like, I know, I'm watching. And it's like, look, I'm like, he's not that good. Okay?
Right. It goes from one good one to.
You think he's got a shot at MVP? Well, Mike, I don't know.
And again,
but seriously, man, people really enjoyed that. Like, I think there's a lot of people have kind of latched on to them with that reason. Now,
bunch of bandwagon.
Well, now we can only hope that they're in the lead. And Goff, nothing terrible, but enough to keep him out of Super Bowl. And we get Teddy versus Lamar in the Super Bowl in Las Vegas.
You're just going all the way, aren't you?
I know, that'd be the greatest. I am hoping it's the Lions and the Ravens, man. I think that would just be because the Lions are kind of Lamar is so polarizing, and then the Lions are kind of America's team.
Steve.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Okay.
Stop it.
I'm listening.
Stop it, Steve.
Okay.
Everybody knows what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows what your agenda is.
Okay.
Listen, Steve, we got more important things to worry about. We got some situation down in Texas. We got some Supreme Court. Don't make everything political. Just because Kelsey,
I mean,
just because
I'm nervous. I'm nervous because I just feel like that they're going to get the Chiefs in there. They're like, come hell or high water.
this is all about.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Travis Kelsey and the Chiefs. I mean, listen,
Did that go over the microphone?
Yep, that's great.
That's usually my little commercial call break button.
Every time a Bills guy would hit the ground, a Chiefs guy would be on top of him, late hit.
Mm.
And the refs just were like, sorry.
So you're saying
calling that.
you don't think the Chiefs belong here right now?
No, I think that I think the refs are going to cheat the Ravens out of the game. I do. I am nervous as heck for Lamar because the Ravens are going to have to be 7 points better than they should have to be just to beat the Chiefs.
So they're going to have to be 7 better plus an extra 7.
Yeah, because I just it feels like they're just going to get the Chiefs in there.
The Taylor Swift thing isn't.
I'm really.
What's the unstoppable force versus the immovable?
No. Oh my God, dude. Like, just let it be fair. I mean, dude, don't listen. America wants the Ravens and the Lions.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, I was reading some stuff on there, man, and it really said it really seems like a lot of people are well because I mean Tanner said it. Tanner said it.
Taylor
the Lions are kind of America's team, man.
Is it the underdog story?
Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah, and I think people are genuinely enjoying the Lions. So you're like, man, this is
Is it the 4th down, go for it stuff too?
Well, I think it's Dan Campbell. I think it's when you see this 80-some-year-old man that's been a 60-year season ticket holder, and he's it's like,
How much time left?
I hate the Cubs with a passion. But again,
The Red
there's
Sox
only
caught that.
people that hate the Lions are upset. Like, I cannot stand the Cubs. Yeah. Yes, yeah. That's a good point. Because, like, for me, I'm a Reds fan. I hate the Cubs. Like, the Cubs are probably the team I hate the most in the majors, honestly. And so, okay, but that's why I rooted against them. There probably are some guys that, I hate the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're not rooting. But everybody else is kind of like, I want to see it. I want to see it.
So
I want to see the scene if they go to
the
the
Lions
Super
haven't
Bowl.
been enough of a threat.
Yeah.
To,
I know, and they've got a real deal shot. So I'm excited, man. I am pulling for them though. Speaking of,
are you gonna do any DraftKings?
I will. Are you doing one this hour?
No.
You're gonna get one next
Next
hour.
hour.
Okay, I'll get one when we come back. 'Cause,
Are you gonna place any wagers?
there are some odds that have come out that I want to talk about.
Oh.
So when we do come back, I will get to.
I'll tell you what, we'll stay on time.
Yeah.
Take a quick commercial break. 939 the bell.
Murray down in Miami. I like it.
Are they talking about NFL?
Fresh.
They're gonna do the point shaving talk.
Yeah.
Crew's been so bad for so long, everybody feels bad for me.
The NFL is a sports entertainment. With this heavy emphasis on entertainment. I doubt the ratings are real fairly. It's great.
Let me do the DFH first, and then you can.
Okay.
Terry's like, too.
Charlotte to Miami.
Like, thank God. I agree for sure. Cubs have an annoying fan base. There's everywhere though. The Lions aren't like that really. Not yet. The Lions are going to be extremely irritating. I got it. Relax. Relax.
Now.
Relax.
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 Talk.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Jason Marcus, baby. 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. As we have had the
Go ahead, jackass. Don't be a jerk.
temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. If you agree with that sentiment, the DFH company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi mini split like the one we use here at the 93.9 studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
Well done, man. Fought through that hard. I said there were some odds that I wanted to talk about. I'm going to get to it. I want to remind you, if you're a believer in the odds I'm about to talk to you about, that you want to get in on. So I'll just say, don't make the same mistake twice. Maybe some of us made the mistake before. We'll get to it. But DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that will help you make playoffs more electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, everyone gets a no-sweat same-game parlay for every playoff game day, which is just one day this weekend. But you load up with it. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code THEVILLE. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code THEVILLE. The crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER plus 18 or older. Physically present in Kentucky. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Opt-in required. One no-sweat token issued per eligible day. After opt-in, no-sweat bonus bet issued based on the amount of losing. Qualifying bet eligibility, max rewards, limits, and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms.
Any prop bets you looking at?
I am looking at some prop bets. Are you ready for this one?
I'm listening, Steve. 'Cause you set it up in the first segment. I'm sure. Listen, there's been almost double the listeners saying, I want to know what Steve is talking about. What odds can Steve be so excited about that can affect me? I'm listening, Steve.
Next year, Heisman odds.
Wait a minute. Why would Steve be talking about Heisman odds? Like we don't have anybody with Heisman odds.
You know, at the top, you've got the Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers, you know, the Nico kid from Tennessee that's balling, Will Howard, Jalen Milroe, those guys. But as you go down the list, just a touch, even though it's 100-1, there is a name on there. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, about 20 guys or so. Okay. Tyler Shuck has Heisman odds.
Tyler Shuck. Wait a minute.
Tyler Shuck is getting Heisman odds for next season.
Tyler Shuck.
That's not bad, man. I mean, listen,
what was he ranked as a transfer portal quarterback, Steve?
He ended up being like a top 15 quarterback.
Oh, a top 15 quarterback.
Yeah. Maybe he might have stayed in the top 2.
Okay. Does it hurt that he committed so early? Because for years and years we had to deal with that, Steve. We start off with these classes when we get these players, and the new hotness always pushes you down in the rankings. So we got him didn't we get him so fast that you forget? And he was a big time.
Yes, I mean it was early. It was hey man, listen, here's the name, Tyler Shuck. It was like, okay, boom, you got him. And then it moved on to everybody else
who hadn't gotten in the transfer portal. Everybody late additions, late signing. I'm saying later in the first wave.
Yes. Well, go ahead.
I'm listening.
Well, I was going to say, and then you weren't in here yesterday to talk about it, but I talked about Saturday Down South, who everybody knows Saturday Down South. I mean, that's your Feinbaum and Saturday Down South. That's your.
Is that your? It's like your underground old, I don't want to say underground, like your purist, your purist football people.
Yeah, I mean, and they did a top 12 teams in the South. It had Louisville in there at 10. Had Louisville as a top 10 team in the South. Okay. Well,
do we have a former player on that panel or something?
I don't know. I'm like, maybe. But I mean, that's a.
Where was Kentucky?
They didn't have him in the top 12. I'm sure they were probably at 13. That's probably where they stopped at 12. They were probably right
it's
there.
It's
like
13. Being the first one out.
Yeah.
Maybe if you get
they're probably the most dangerous because they're right on the outside.
And if you get shut down,
I mean, then they'll move in. If something happens, and it's like, oh, okay, well that makes sense. If they get another
quarterback transfer, is never.
Oh yeah, where's his? Let me see. I was looking at those odds.
I mean, if you get a Georgia quarterback, it doesn't matter if they're third string. They should have Heisman odds at Kentucky.
Okay, they probably just forgot to put his name on here, but I'm sure I'll check back in a little bit. I'm sure he'll be on there.
I'm gonna go check
shortly.
I'm gonna check it on 3.
Yeah, on 3 he will be on there. His favorite.
Okay, down south.
But has Louisville at number 10. And here's why that's important. You're starting last year, you wondered. Now, here's the thing. They had them behind Florida State and Clemson. I said this yesterday. You haven't earned the right to be above them. That's the only thing. That's the next step. The next step is to earn the right for them not to just put Florida State.
Yeah, be in front of them and earn it. Make them look smart.
Yeah, because nobody yet, especially when you go back to the ACC title game and how it played out, nobody is going to risk their reputation yet and say, "Oh, I think Louisville can be better than."
Especially when you
Yeah,
you got burned.
yeah, absolutely.
People who risk their reputation saying, I think Louisville can get Florida State, watch that game.
Like, I think most people thought Louisville was a better football team than Clemson last year,
Mm-hmm.
but they weren't willing to say it.
And you didn't get a chance to show it.
You're right. So it was like, yeah, I don't know about it. So, anyways,
That's what makes it significant to you,
Yeah.
as far as being on the list,
Yes.
being behind them.
But that's just the next step. But I don't want to act like I don't want to look at that next step and not act like you didn't take a big step last year.
Right.
People think you have moved back into it's not if Louisville should be ranked, it's where should we rank Louisville.
In the beginning,
I think so.
okay. Now I have an alternate perspective on that.
Mm-hmm.
Being on a list like that, it's not about the ranking.
Mm-hmm.
A list like that says you're going to be able to move up the rankings faster than somebody else would.
Sure.
Because that's saying you. But I want to couple this question together, Steve.
Okay.
I want you to cover it from quarterback side
Mm-hmm.
and the team side. How much of that 12 team prop, and how much of that Tyler Shook Heisman odds just goes straight to the belief in Jeff Brom,
Mm-hmm.
and how much of that is no, he's loading up a roster in his transfer portal, along with being the coach. Because you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, if I could ask you, okay, if I told you Tyler Shook's Heisman odds are about 80% Jeff Brom and 20% Tyler Shook. Now listen, I could say that in a barbershop and I could get up and yell and scream.
Sure.
Or I could say that's 80. Like, Tyler Shook's been in some big time, high powered offenses.
Oh yeah.
And Jeff Brom just gives him a 20% bump.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could argue it both ways. It's 80% Coach Brom, 80%, Tyler Shook. Where would you put that percentage as far as Heisman props and things like that, and the team props with the top 12?
I would put it pretty high, probably 70-30.
As a Coach Brom,
Yeah.
respect.
And let me tell you why. You go back and you look at Jack Plummer. Jack Plummer at Cal was 6-6. They had about 3-4 games that were one-score games.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Blankenbaker said this well. He said, anytime I look at a quarterback, I almost give them 2 more touchdowns with Jeff Brom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by that, he comes to Louisville, he's a 10-win quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Pure analytics.
Yeah. You look at Tyler Shook. I actually talked about him a little bit yesterday on here, and we were saying, listen, there was one point you watching a Texas Tech game, and they're like, when he's healthy, he's 8-0 as a starter. You go watch him shred through, win the MVP of the bowl game against Ole Miss. You go watch him play. Do what? Yeah, he played well in a lot of games. You go watch him play really well in a ranked game against Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
That Texas Tech, where he goes and he plays great against Oregon. You watch him back at Oregon when he was younger, and you're like, okay, when I project this guy out, yeah, I think Tyler Shook's good. But if Tyler Shook stayed at Texas Tech, he's not on that list.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I say you got to give Brom some credit on that, because the fact that the Louisville brought him in with Brom, and then you say, okay, and Louisville added so many weapons, this kid could be the real deal.
So you don't think he's on the Heisman? He gets Heisman odds?
I don't think so.
Okay.
If he's at Texas, if he stays at Texas Tech, he's not on that list. Being at Louisville, you're on that list. And that's because Louisville is stepping back into the national spotlight in college football. That's why they're on these rankings. That's why Saturday Down South says, hey, no, they're a team. That's why I saw the other day somebody ranked them 15th preseason. They're back into where, hey, the Louisville quarterback, we're probably just going to give him Heisman odds, because under Jeff Brom, his numbers are going to be stupid. It's just going to be a matter of what can the team do.
Do they have enough defensive athletes? Do they have enough,
Yeah, and if the team's good, that quarterback's going to put up numbers that he could. Vegas is saying, we got to lower the odds on him a little bit, because Louisville's quarterbacks always going to put up good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have a good team, Vegas is like, we can't get raked over the coals by saying, well, Louisville quarterback's 1,001. And somebody being like, okay. And then you look up, Louisville's 11-1. And it's like, well, Tyler Shuck is fourth in the Heisman odds.
500.
How many people got him back there? So instead, we'll do it 100 to 1. You know, like that is absolutely Jeff Brom centric on that one.
Okay, we'll shift it over to Saturday Down South.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, you have your Florida State situation.
I've got an answer for you on this.
Yeah, just
I think where you're headed. I've got an answer for you.
You get your Saturday Down South.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, you have to say anybody who's willing to put us on a list with USC being fresh in your brain, with Kentucky being fresh in your brain, with Florida State being fresh in your brain, and still be able to say, hey, coaching, portal, top, one of the top 12 teams in the South, give me, like, apply the same question percentage-wise, and how much of the props you get from Saturday Down South is transfer portal. And because I do think the quarterback situation gets a bump, but if people really are paying attention to what we've done in the transfer portal, like how much is that is like, oh no, they're getting a roster of players.
Well, yes, but I also think it goes back to last year. When you see Louisville and you watch them in the games, people watch them the most. Notre Dame, Florida State, the place that they weren't insufficient was in the trenches. Louisville dominated up front against Notre Dame. Really, they dominated up front against Florida State for the most part. I mean, that it was like
it was a good stalemate. Let's say
stalemate. Yeah, that would be a way to do it. That's a better way to do it. Yeah, and I mean, I think when you saw Louisville last year, you watched the team and was like, they stack up well size-wise. USC exposed them a little bit for their speed, I feel like. Yes, but size-wise, Notre Dame's not gonna beat you with overwhelming speed. Okay, some of those schools like that aren't going to beat you with
execution.
Yes, power and execution. Well, you couldn't do it. They couldn't do it against Louisville. It was like, hey, you can't just walk in there and put over, and you're not going to come in there. Whereas when we played Notre Dame well a few years ago, the first year under Satterfield, it was like, hey, we played them well. But when they wanted to, they put their nose and they said, we're going to run over you. We're going to run over you, and we're going to win this game. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Then you say, what did they do with the portal? And they got McDonald and Walker, and then, they got Barron, and then they beefed up even more on the interior, and they got guys back.
And tight end room.
Yeah, well, I'm saying just defensively, because I think Saturday Down South, when you talk about football in the South, you're not talking about offense.
Yeah, they start there.
You're talking about defensive football. That's where you're talking, and you say, okay, that Ashton kid's back. I thought he was going pro. Our O-line guy. We're talking defense. Hey, don't forget though. Oh, I got beat. Defensive line. But I mean,
don't.
But it's like, but you when you say, hey, no, they went and they beefed up.
Can they hold up against people who can bludgeon you?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Defensively, I think a team like that looks and goes, well, I don't think anybody can just run them over
without the extra scheming.
Yeah. So you say, that's a squad. Like, and then you say, and I trust Jeff Brom to put together an offense.
You start. Okay, Saturday Down South. You start with D line. Then where do you go if you're just like making your little chart on how do I judge a team if they can hang? You start at the D line. Where do you go next?
Yeah, I mean,
do you go D line then O line, or D line then coaching, or D line then quarterback?
Yeah, I'd probably do, because I think a lot of times it might even go D-line, linebackers, quarterback play.
Linebacker because of speed, linebacker
because I think in the South, in the SEC, I think a lot of times secondaries are dependent on the push up front. I think people don't just necessarily say, well, what are you doing that? But I mean, not to take away from the secondaries, but I do think I mean, you don't hear a lot about, man, I mean, the Alabama safety, those guys, but then they get picked top 10. You know, but they don't talk about them all year. Who they talk about? They talk about the guy up front. That's where you get your, you know, and then it's like, well, yeah, but Landon Collins is an awesome safety.
That makes you miss too, man.
Yeah.
That leads you to some misses.
Oh, sure.
You get those dominant offensive or defensive lines, and then you find out this guy can't cover anything.
Absolutely.
He's at Alabama just pick sixing it up and teeing off.
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine how many guys you get to just tee off on because you just know, like.
I know, but that's why when you see Louisville wasn't necessarily just the push king, and then Jair Alexander's out here one-on-one-ing guys, and it was like, no, that kid's a stud. He's a super stud, you know. But I still think that that's going to make our secondary's life a lot easier because I think we're going to have top 5 defensive line in the country. Anybody. I said defensive line. I said offensive line, defensive line.
That's a big thing.
I know, but I mean, how do you not? How many defensive lines in the country right now are you going to line up and say all 4 across are going to get drafted? I mean, Barron and Gelati would get drafted this year. Thor would get drafted this year. I'm talking this year, not next year.
That's 3 right off the bat.
Right off the top, those 3 would be drafted this season. If I had
Is Low Leg going to play in the NFL?
He'll be an interesting one.
Is he too short?
He'll be an interesting one. He's got the size. He's got the speed. I mean, when he's healthy, you got to remember, he wasn't fully healthy last year.
Yeah, and I wasn't even saying drafted. I was just saying, do you think he'll play?
Oh, yeah.
Professional yeah.
I mean, he's going to get a shot. He's going to get a shot.
He'll be in the combine.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to get a shot, I believe. So, I mean, you're looking at, you're like, dude, they've got dudes on the defensive line that can really play.
Is that gonna move up Quincy's?
Oh yeah. I mean, Quincy's job's gonna be a million times easier this year. And the beautiful thing for Quincy is, you want some balls thrown your way? Well, they're gonna have to this year. Because back there's a little more coverage. And when you bring back MJ Griffin, who's probably a guy that's gonna play in the NFL, when you bring Wesley Walker, who's probably a guy that's gonna play in the NFL. You know, again, I'm not talking draft. I'm saying these guys are going to get shots to play in the NFL. Okay, all those guys. Tamario McDonald's going to get a shot.
When we say NFL, do we count practice squad?
I do. I mean, I think because that's a shot to play in the NFL. I mean, okay, J.G. Hawkins really never got off practice squads, but you could tell he was a pro scout. Would you not have wanted David Hawkins? And he was like, no, that guy's different.
And he was worth taking a shot on.
Yes.
For an NFL team.
Yeah, absolutely. Will's got those dudes everywhere, man.
Shots. At least shots. Like good shots at being. Oh, and you're probably going to put them in the booth. You're going to.
Don't fear, Texter. Marcus is going to talk basketball the entire second hour.
The entire second hour. So if you need your fix, be prepared for it. Tanner, go ahead and play us out because we have some Texans that are obviously itching to get to Louisville Duke talk.
Yeah, we'll shut our football talk now. We'll some basketball talk.
Yeah, this is like,